The hidden selection moment. A woman will almost never tell you directly that she has chosen you, but there is a precise, quiet moment where she mentally separates you from every other man she has ever met. Most men walk right past this moment completely blind. They miss the sudden, subtle drop in her guard, the distinct softening in her tone, and the physical shift in the way she looks at you. You might think everything is just business as usual or casual conversation, but behind the scenes, a major psychological threshold has just been crossed. She has stopped performing, stopped evaluating, and quietly decided that you are the man who gets access to who she really is. To understand why this happens, you have to realize that men and women process attraction on completely different wavelengths. For a man, attraction is fast, visual, and intense. It hits like a flash of lightning. For a woman, attraction is built in slow, deliberate layers over time. Long before she ever grants you her physical affection or devotion, she offers you something far more precious and far more dangerous to her, her emotional truth. This is the moment where the superficial dynamic ends and the real connection begins. When a woman shifts from giving you the polished, curated version of her life, the fun stories, the social persona, the easy laughs, to revealing an unfiltered, fragile piece of her inner world. Pay attention. She is not just passing time, and she is certainly not just complaining. She is actively placing emotional gold directly into your hands, holding her breath to see exactly how you handle it. She is watching to see if you drop it, break it, or treat it like garbage. This is where the vast majority of men fail without even realizing a test was taking place. They panic, change the subject, make an awkward joke, or brush it off as meaningless gossip. They react this way not because they are bad guys, but because no one ever taught them the hidden language of female psychology. When a woman strips away her ego and shows you her true self, she is giving you the ultimate green light. She is telling you, without saying the words, that you have won her trust in a world full of men who couldn't even get past her outer defense walls. Why vulnerability is a test. A woman does not test a high-value man with petty surface-level games or dramatic tricks. She tests him through the ultimate filter of vulnerability. A woman who feels unsure or unsafe around you will keep every single interaction tight, light, and hyper-controlled. She will smile, laugh, flirt, and play along. But notice what she leaves out. She will never allow you to see anything that could potentially be used to hurt her. She keeps the gates locked, the walls high, and her real self completely out of reach because she doesn't trust your strength yet. The very second she senses that you are a truly safe, grounded, and emotionally steady man, her entire energy shifts. Her posture softens, her voice drops its performative edge, and she begins to share things she normally keeps buried deep inside. She will talk about a quiet fear that keeps her up at night, an old heartbreak she hasn't fully healed from, or a family dynamic that causes her distress. She doesn't hand this information to just anyone. Her brain has calculated that you are stable enough to bear the weight of her reality without crumbling or walking away. The tragic, repeating mistake most men make in this precise scenario is trying to fix her problems instead of holding space for them. Men are naturally wired to seek solutions, analyze facts, and repair broken things. But a woman is not opening up to you so you can play mechanic with her life. She is opening up because she wants to feel deeply understood. When you interrupt her, offer surface-level advice, tell her how she should feel, or act uncomfortable with her emotions, you instantly fail the test. You inadvertently prove to her that her depth is too heavy for you to carry. The moment she senses your impatience or discomfort, the door closes, the walls go back up, and she will quietly begin the process of pulling her heart away from you. The danger of emotional unsafety. Here's a harsh reality that most men go their entire lives without ever realizing. A woman can instantly detach from a man who is insanely handsome, wealthy, successful, and wildly charming if she feels emotionally unsafe around him. You could have the best car, the highest status, and incredible physical chemistry, but none of that shields you from the moment she senses her. Vulnerability is being judged, brushed off, or taken for granted. The second she realizes her raw feelings aren't secure with you, the emotional switch flips. She won't start a massive argument, and she won't give you a dramatic warning speech. She will simply pull back quietly, close the emotional door, and vanish from your life long before her physical body actually leaves the room. When a woman retreats like this, most men panic and blame it on her being moody, fickle, or confusing. But the truth is simple. She opened up a doorway to her inner world, saw that you couldn't handle the weight of it, and decided to protect herself. Women are hardwired to guard their hearts against emotional harm, so the moment your reaction communicates impatience, awkwardness, or condescension, her guard goes right back up permanently. She stops sharing her day, stops telling you what's bothering her, and returns to giving you the polished, surface-level version of herself until she eventually moves on for good. On the flip side, when you treat her emotional truth with quiet strength and genuine care, something extraordinary happens. You become completely irreplaceable to her. In a world full of men constantly trying to impress her, perform for her, or use her feelings to boost their own egos, you become the single anchor in her stormy world. You become the one safe haven where she can drop the heavy mask she wears for everyone else, stop performing, and simply exist. That kind of emotional security creates a bond deeper than superficial physical attraction ever could. Achieving this level of connection requires understanding what real presence actually means. True presence has nothing to do with flexing your status, dominating the room, or speaking with a loud, aggressive voice. Real presence is the quiet ability to sit comfortably inside an uncomfortable moment. It means staying entirely calm when her emotions run high, looking her in the eye, and listening without cutting her off or trying to lecture her. It's about creating a quiet space where she can finally take a deep breath and truly exhale. Ordinary men spend all their energy chasing women and trying to impress them with cheap tricks. But high-value men understand that the real key to winning a woman's heart is simple. Listen, stay steady, and truly understand. The unspoken rules of female psychology. If you want to understand how female psychology truly works, you have to throw out the myth that women fall for endless compliments, rehearsed pickup lines, or superficial charm. A woman might enjoy a smooth compliment in the moment, but compliments do not create long-term attachment. Women attach to emotional reliability. When a woman drops her mask and shares her raw, unpolished thoughts with you, she is running a silent, intuitive evaluation on who you are at your core. She is testing your consistency, observing your poise under pressure, and assessing whether your foundational energy is rock solid steady or completely chaotic. Every single time you respond to her vulnerability with composure, patience, and real understanding, you elevate yourself above every other man she has ever known. You set an unshakable benchmark in her mind. From that moment on, she will unconsciously measure every single person who enters her life against the absolute safety and calm she experienced in your presence. Even if she tries to look elsewhere, no other man will measure up unless he can match the emotional depth and stability you provided without hesitation. This is why you never need mind games, toxic manipulation, or fake confidence routines to win a woman's deepest loyalty. You don't have to play hard to get or try to manufacture interest with cheap tactics. All you truly need is the emotional maturity to stand tall in front of her reality without folding under stress, passing judgment, or running away when things get real. The moment you master this quiet, grounded composure, the game changes entirely. You stop chasing, you stop begging for attention, and you become the kind of man a high-value woman actively chooses to hold on to for life.